Welcome to the future of the data integration. This is very simple application. Asking any question as a text or voice in your enterprise database and getting an instant answer to the text on visual graphic. In the market, there are many other traditional RAG is also available, but here some key difference with this Azure based RAG system. So instead of passing your table structure and asking the question, here you simply just ask the question and you can get the answer. Because what happened in other rack solution, we need to pass all the schema detail, like if you have 100 tables, you need to write 100 tables detail in that rack, but here no need to write like this. Okay, so we can get the faster result for this one. And one simple example, for example, suppose we want to get the daily rights in 2024 in one of the table, so we need to pass different column like id rights, deep date, right? But in this solution, no need to write any single schema or field name here. Okay, and why this application or solution is a matter? So we know that many organizations like finance, healthcare or public sector, they are hesitant to adapt LL application only because of the privacy and the compliance. Because if you integrated LLM, any LLM model with our database, there are big concern of data exposure to third party cloud. So here what I did, this solution run directly in your system, and it is based on Azure environment, so it is fully secured. No need to send any data to public LLM, and it keeps sensitive information like PIA, medical record, financial record, fully under your control only, same like what you are doing right now. So within this architecture, you can confidently explore the power of natural language interface and without compromising any security or governance. So same thing I have to explain here with some example. So if non-technical user, if they ask any question, they can directly get the answer from this solution. And even for the technical person, if they have any query, they can ask a question and they will get the SQL script on the spot. Here I just put some simple example. For example, finance director, if he wants some data, daily profit or loss, or chief medical officer, if they want to know total number of critical incident in their environment or their any particular branch, they can get it quickly. Even the police commissioner, if he or she wants to get total number of incident in particular city, for example in Abu Dhabi or Dubai, so they can get it directly with this system without asking any technical person or from any live data dashboard. So this is simple step of this application. By using Microsoft Azure AI Foundry, you need to just ask your question as a text or voice, and that will convert as a SQL script. And that SQL script need to execute against your enterprise database, and you will get the result as a text and tabular format, as well as some graph also. And this is a simple architecture. So let us walk through the architecture of this powerful solution. On the left side, we can see Streamlit we are using as a user interface. It accepts both the text and voice, and these voice input are converted into natural language by using speech to text. And inside this Azure AI Foundry space where the magic happen here, the AI natural language prompt is first routed to the AI search and sent to the Azure OpenAI model. So here we are using two model. One is ChatGPT 4.0 mini and embedding model. You can use any model, and this is fully AI governance based. So what happened inside this Azure AI Foundry, we will receive SQL script from our natural language, and that SQL script we need to pass to our database server where it interact with the real-time enterprise data following data governance protocol. So here it is following AI governance, and here it is data governance. Okay, both they are following. So our data are fully secured here. Once the query is executing here, so after query execution is completed, the result are written in both the text output and voice output, as well as the graphical interface also there. So in short, we can say this architecture enables end-to-end intelligent data querying powered by AI Foundry and securely connected to your database and fully accessible to non-technical as well as technical users. So let us quickly see the demo of this application. So in the main page, you can see this is brief description about this application and which technology we used here to build this application. This detail also we mentioned here. You can update as per your requirement. And here there is an expander. So this is like a simple step how to use this application. Like we need to input as a query, as a text, or we need to speak, and then we need to submit that one. We'll get the result as a text or in visualization. So these are the simple steps for the new user. And this is the text and voice option. So let us select text and see how the output is coming.
So I just write total rides in 2024 in July. Okay, I'm not writing July month also. Okay, so this query is we are getting this query from our Azure Foundry, and this result against our database. So the result you can see here, this is 30 lakhs 76,856. Okay, same way if we can speak top 10 trips amount in 2024. Okay, so I just asked top 10 trips amount in 2024, and if we click submit button, it will generate the SQL script first. You can see how it is generating this one. This is 2024 condition, and this is the top one by using descending flows, and these are the output. So here we can see our top 10 transaction in 2024 years, and if we can scroll down, we can see multiple graph visualization here based on our requirement. So here for demo and testing purpose I did multiple things, but you can update it as per your requirement.
These are the different features of Azure AI Foundry. This is the new one. We can say Copilots also there. So in Copilots, there are 3 flavor, and cognitive search like AI search service, that is also we are going to use here, and Azure OpenAI and Azure ML. So our main focus right now on Azure AI Foundry for creating this rake based application. So this application we divided into 2 parts. One is we need to set up Azure AI Foundry to get the response from Azure, and that response we will implement in our custom code. So let me briefly tell you what is Azure AI Foundry. So it is a platform to build, orchestrate and deploy, monitor enterprise grade based application. And the Foundry terms, if you know, it is like a metal workshop. So where we are giving the raw data and we'll get the output as a fully built solution. So it is, it is a ecosystem of multiple tool like Azure AI Foundry, AI tool, AI model, infrastructure, all are combined here. And these are the simple steps what we need to follow in Azure AI Foundry. The steps, basically there are 4 main steps only, but I divided into multiple steps so that you can easily understand how it is working. So the first part, we need to create Azure Hub. Okay, this is like the central platform where we need to develop our system, and inside the hub we need to create the project. The project is like dedicated to this system only, and then we need to create one Azure AI services. So that service is integrated with our RAG functionality, and once it is created, then on Azure platform we need to deploy, we need to select and deploy 2 model. We are using here RAG based embedding model and ChatGPT 1 model. Okay, then we need to upload our data, we need to create the index, we need to configure it, and then we need to connect. While configuring, we need to connect with the Azure AI services, and we can monitor this in ML Studio. I will show you step by step all this one. Okay, and what are the prerequisites for this application? So you need Azure subscription for this one, and you need Python 3.10 plus installation in your system, plus some libraries are required like Streamlit, OpenAI, Pandas, and ID you can use anyone. I am using Visual Studio, you can use any other ID. And you need some sample data, so I will give you some sample data also for just for creating one application. Okay, the first step after creating your account, you have to log in on Azure portal.azure.portal, and you need to search like Azure AI Foundry. If you found this one, you need to click this one. So this is the main screen, and we can say like it is one-stop workshop for building powerful AI system, just like a foundry where raw material is shaped into useful tools. Same way here, the foundry help us to shape our raw AI capabilities into real working solution. So here we can do multiple things. So the first step, we need to create the hub. So think hub as your Gen AI control system. It organizes all your AI projects, model, data and configuration under one roof. Give the specific name of this hub, and here inside the hub we can see hub and project. So in our case we create the hub first, so we can see this screen. So inside this screen we can see we need to select our subscription, our resource group. If you already have resource group, select it, or you can select the new one. Your region, you can select region, your nearest region. In my case, in demo purpose, I just selected this one, but originally I selected UAE North, and you can give any resource name here. And also we need to select or create Azure AI service based model. So either you can create this one if you don't have, or you can select the existing one. Once it is done, go to the main screen, and again we need to select the project and select project. Same way, if you can see here, this is also very crucial. It allows us to store our data, and it is like a single platform where we do all our activity. So inside the project, we can see we need to select the resource group, resource name, and here we need to select our hub also, which we created previously. If not, we need to click create new and select the new one. Once hub and projects are created, we can see Azure search service here. So Azure search service, we need to, this is like either you can create now or you can do later, but let us do it now only. So Azure AI search service, it allows us to store and search vectorized data for retrieval, and it powers the RAG system by letting the LLM look up relevant context from our document, or in our case SQL script, because we are passing our SQL script here. And we need to give the proper name of this AI search feature. So in my case, I just give name like AI SQL search, and location we can search, we can define UAE North. Resource existing one we can select, and this one is very important part, the price tier. We need to change this one. So for this search service, Microsoft provide free tier, so just select this free tier and select it. And also when you click this one, you can see this one, just select this one, and here just note down one thing, like you need to be updated this key in your code when we are creating that customized Python code. So just remember this key, or you can note down somewhere for future reference. Once it is done, go to the main screen again, and when we select the hub or project, we can see this button here, launch studio. So we need to select this launch studio button, and once it is selected, it will redirect to AI Foundry main portal. So let us go and see there. So this is Azure AI Foundry main screen. So here we need to select our project. Okay, so in previous screen, if you remember, we created this one, AI Hub project one. Just click it, and this is the main screen of Azure AI Foundry of our project one. So here we can do multiple things, like we can see multiple model catalog here. Okay, here right now we can see 11,000, but maybe more than 32,000 models we can use in Azure platform. And after selecting and deploying model, we can test that model here on the playground, and we can see AI services also. But in our case, let us first select the model and deploy it. So there are two options, either you can select here or you can select model plus endpoint. Okay, and either way you can select your model and deploy it. So in our requirement, I selected two model. One is GPT-4o mini. So let us see this one. So this one I selected. Okay, I already selected and deployed it. For just demo purpose, I am selecting again. So after selecting, you can see this one, use this model or fine tune. If you already have fine tune model, you can use that one, but in our case we can select this one, use this model. After selecting this one, we need to define the model name. I just put the same name, and the deployment type. So there are multiple options to deploy this one. By default it is global standard, so let us keep it global standard only. And in customization screen, we can see we will select multiple things here. So what we need to select, in deployment detail, the model version, the connected AI service which we created previously, and token per minute. This one we need to reduce because this is only the demo only, so you just reduce this one. And for content filter, just make it default v2. Okay, once it is done, click the deploy button. Okay, I already done this one, so I'm not doing it again because it is taking some time. Okay, once it is done, we need to select our second model. So second one is our embedding model we need to select, which convert our SQL script document into numerical vector. So deploying both the model by clicking deploy. Let me select the embedding model. So I just selected the first one, text embedding ADA 002, and same way here also we need to customize our parameter. We need to select multiple option here, and then just click the deploy button. Okay, once it is done, then the next one is the playground. Here we can test that model. So I selected this GPT-1, and this is the prompt window. You can put your context here, but right now I'm not doing anything. I'm just typing one simple prompt for testing this one. I already tested like this. what is the capital of UAE. Again I am just testing, so we can see our model is working fine. It is giving result right, Abu Dhabi. Okay, in the same screen now we can see add your data. So if you want to add your custom data, in our case we need to add that SQL script file. So we need to select here. So let me open the SQL file quickly. So this is my text file, and this file contains a few rows of data where each row has the 5 columns: ID, type, description, natural language, and SQL script or SQL query. Let us look at the first row. The natural language question say what is the sum of total amount of all the rights, and this is related to SQL script. We can say select sum total amount as total revenue from the taxi rights. Similarly, if you can say see here, so how it's working, that this SQL command calculated total revenue by summing the total amount field from the taxi right. Similarly, if you can see the next one, how many taxi rides are in the data set, and the SQL behind this one is select count star as total rides from the taxi trips. So again, no coding needed by the user, AI handle it. Now let us talk about something even smarter, that is called semantic search. So until now we looked at a fixed example. Each natural language question match with a specific SQL script here. But what if someone asks total number of rides? Okay, instead of this one, total number of rides, or how many taxi trips were there, or even just ask total rides. Okay, the natural language is any like a relevant word. So do we have to manually hard code every version of the same question? No, because semantic search comes in the picture here. With semantic search, the system understand the meaning behind your question, not just the exact word. So all these cases, how many total rides or total rides or count of all the taxis, these all are mapped with the correct SQL query, select count star as total rides from the taxi trip. These work by converting the question into vector, a mathematical representation of its meaning, and matching it with the closed query or intent from the pre-indexed database using the tool like Azure AI Search or any other DB like ChromaDB script. So we will use this SQL script here. So if you can see here, this is under preview. So in previous any video or anywhere you can see this option, data plus index. We need to go here and we need to upload our data and create the index. Either you can go here or you can directly go here. Okay, so now this is preview one. Let us select this one and see how it looks like. So click this button, add a new data source, and here there are multiple options to select the data. If you have your data on your Azure AI blob storage, you can select that one, or if you want to get your data from any particular URL, you can select that option. Okay, and if you have any folder type or file type, you can select, but in our case we are using upload file option because we have text file. So select this one, select upload button, and in our case we have single file. You can upload multiple files also here. So select upload file and select your file. So for example, in our case I have this file SQL script. To open this file, and if you already uploaded previously, you can select this option. Overwrite, if you want to update anything, you can select this one and click next button. In the next screen here we can see vector index. So this is index configuration part. So once the data is uploaded, to create this index. This index allows the system to quickly retrieve relevant chunk of information during user queries. So let us select index if we already have here, and this we need to select the Azure AI service. Hope you remember this one we created in Azure portal. So I am selecting this one and give any specific name here of your vector index and give the proper name here. Okay, you need to remember this name because this name we need to pass in our customized Python code. So remember this name also. I already created, but for demo purpose again I am creating this one. Click next button and we see this search setting. So in this search setting, like we need to link Azure AI services connection here. So what we need to do here, we need to select Azure OpenAI connection, select this one if you already created, and we need to select our embedding model here. Okay, so because this is related to vectorization things and semantic things, we need to select that model here. So select your model, and the deployment model also we can select here. It will automatically come when you deploy that one, and click the next button. Once you click the next button, you can see this button is enabled, create vector index. So once we create this vector index, it will take time. Okay, we want to see the progress of this one, click this index button, and this is what we created, and here we can see the status is running only. So if you want to see the progress, just click this one, and when we click the job detail button, it will redirect to Azure ML Studio. So this is other one platform of Azure, and here we can see the complete pipeline flow, how our system is working. Here there are 3 steps we can see here: crack, like splitting the document; chunking, the grouping into the manageable parts; and embed, transform into the vector format; and register, store index in Azure AI search. So we can say crack, chunk, embed, and register. These 4 tasks are doing here. Once it is completed, we can see this one. I am just stopping this one because I already created previously, so I am not wasting our time here. So after completing this one, we can see the message like it is completed. Okay, on all the steps are completed, done. So now go back to our Azure AI Foundry, and we can test this one on playground. So I am not giving any prompt right now, and I am just typing total rides in 2024. Okay, okay, I'm sorry, you can see this message. Okay, and if we can add our custom prompt here, so I already have custom prompt, and now let us paste this one here and click apply change. And one more thing we need to do here, we need to select our data. So click this one and select your data source. Okay, and now let us type total rides in 2024. You see, we received this SQL script. Wonderful, that means our model is working fine, and it is linked with this data and index. So now this Azure related part is completed. We are getting proper SQL script from our Azure model, and now this model we need to use in our custom code. So where we can like create one simple UI in Streamlit, and we will pass our dynamic query as a voice and as a text, and we'll get the output. And that one is also very simple. So here if you can see view code button, so when we click this view code button, we can see the sample code of this output. So if we use this code in our Python, we will directly get the output same like this one. So let us do in the next step. Thank you.